Well, good afternoon and welcome to Some Good Booze. My name is Jonathan Pogash, the cocktail guru. I thought I'd start things out a little bit differently now by just chatting with you right here for a minute about our positive news story. So happy days, everyone. Welcome. As you may or may not know, I've been doing these cocktail segments from my cocktail lab for the last couple of weeks, Monday to Friday, every day, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live, and also for any time viewing on the Cocktail Guru Facebook page and occasionally on my Instagram TV. So thanks again for joining me today. Some good booze. I'm going to start off by talking to you a little bit about some good news in history. How about that? So I wanted to choose this story because it is very positive and it is very heartwarming. So today is the anniversary of Buddha's birth. He was born Siddhartha Gautama, and he's the founder of Buddhism, which is the fourth largest religion in the world. For years, he decided to choose a life of extreme poverty. We may or may not know the story, but he had three practices that he defined as Buddhist practices. Okay, so the first, virtue, good conduct, morality. This is based on two fundamental principles: the principle of equality, that all living entities are equal, and the principle of reciprocity. This is the golden rule in Christianity: to do unto others as you would wish them do unto you. Number two, samadhi, which is concentration, meditation, mental development. This leads to personal freedom and helps us maintain good conduct. And then the third one is prajna, discernment, insight, wisdom, and enlightenment. This is the real heart of Buddhism. Wisdom will emerge if your mind is pure and calm. I thought that this was a nice, positive, enlightened, inspiring story. This day in history. Shall we make a cocktail, everyone? Yes? Okay. Follow me to the bar right behind here. This is a really nice drink that I thought I'd make for you all today. I have several viewers who are really into coffee and chocolate. Every time I make a chocolate or a coffee cocktail, I get all sorts of comments and all sorts of raves and reviews. For those of you who are interested in various flavors, please continue to comment with the ingredients that you have at home, and I may well send you a recipe and make it on air. Also, if you have positive stories, inspiring, heartwarming news stories, we need it. We need it desperately these days. So please forward those along to me. I would love to read them and reply to them and even show them or talk about them on air. How about that? Yes? Okay, let's make this cocktail. So has anyone ever had a cocktail with egg before? Anyone? Maybe? I personally love cocktails with eggs. The egg does not necessarily add flavor to the drink, but it adds really interesting texture to the cocktail, as you'll see. Sometimes we use egg whites in our cocktails, and sometimes we use the whole entire egg. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Good to see you all. Thank you. So let's go ahead, and this is a variation on a classic cocktail called a flip. If you may have had that before, that is a cocktail that includes eggs. Now it is a traditional, actually dates back to the 18th century. Our colonial founders were drinking ale flips, hot ale flips. Very interesting cocktail. I actually did an event last summer where I was making live hot ale flips. It's quite an interesting journey, but this is a modern day version of a flip. So first we're starting off with an egg, of course, and we are putting the whole entire egg into the cocktail. For those of you who might be a little unsure of using an egg in your cocktail, don't worry. You actually have a greater chance of getting any kind of foodborne illness like salmonella with a raw oyster than you would with an egg. A lot of people don't realize that. Okay, whole egg in here. This cocktail is going to be whiskey based. It's Whiskey Wednesday, everyone. Hey! We're using this J.P. Wiser's Canadian Rye Whiskey, and I'm doing 1.5 ounces of my Canadian Rye Whiskey into my mixing glass here. If you hear pitter patters upstairs, those are my kids. They are running around doing heaven knows what. I have this beautiful coffee syrup, actually, which is New England based. Really lovely. I'm doing just 1/4 ounce of my coffee syrup in there. This is a really good quality chocolate syrup. We're putting about that much in there. Wasn't expecting that to come out as quickly as it did. And I have this cold brew coffee right here. It is mixed with a dairy, and I'm doing 1.5 ounces of that right in here. And of course, if anyone wants any recipes of any sort, please feel free to comment, send me a note. I'm happy to send you the recipe for this or anything that we have on the Cocktail Guru Facebook page or on my personal Facebook page or on Instagram. This is what's so great. We're able to connect with friends. Hey, everybody. Hey, friends. Able to connect with friends while we're doing this. And I love it. So now I'm going to add ice to my mixing glass. And we will give it a really nice shake. A really shake it awake. Don't rock it to sleep. It's not a rocking shake. It's a vigorous shake, okay? So we'll pop that on top, flip it around. That egg will emulsify. All of those other ingredients will come together, and it will give you an interesting texture. You'll see. All right. Just about done. That's about 6 Mississippis. And now we're at, oh, there we go, 8 Mississippis. So already I can see that the texture sticking to the inside of the glass. Smells very, very nice. Here's my glass with a nice big chunk of ice. If you have regular ice at home, your ice machine ice from your refrigerator, perfectly acceptable. And we'll just pour that right in there. Oh, look at that. That ice chunk is really taking over that glass and allowing that liquid to slowly drift down into the bottom of the glass. There we go. Now it has settled. Look at that. So you get a really nice crema on top, actually. And what I'm going to do is take some fresh nutmeg and just grate a little bit of that fresh nutmeg on top. I have cinnamon sugar, a little bit of cinnamon sugar on top, and some fresh raspberries. Ah, beautiful. I will do a little tree of 3 fresh raspberries, just like that. Oh man, that is beautiful looking. And of course, a nice environmentally friendly straw, if it will allow me to. How about just like that? Yeah? Or a paper straw, whatever suits your fancy. We will put them both in there and I will take a sip. How about that? Shall I? First, I will nose it to see what it smells like. Lovely. Aromas, the nutmeg, the cinnamon. Oh, it's like an adult mocha, whipped mocha. You get the coffee, you get the chocolate, the whiskey, perfectly balanced for a cocktail like this and for a Whiskey Wednesday. I will hold on to this cocktail. Please continue to comment and send me notes. I love hearing from you, and it's so great to be able to do this. Just a quick programming note. Tomorrow, I'm actually partnering with my good friends over at Team Bonding. They do some amazing team building activities. I'm doing some mixology team building virtual for them, and we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. That's going to be on the Cocktail Guru Facebook page. So if you'd like to check out the live stream, that is at 5 p.m. tomorrow on my Cocktail Guru live stream Facebook page. So check that out. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and keep up the positive news, the inspiring stories, and of course the cocktail making. Cheers, everyone. Oh, it's so good. Bye.